Hey guys, welcome back to part two of session 69 of
Nice.
Materia D&D. The Crass Menagerie has been in a pitched kind of battle with 9 or so ogres that had been following the orders of one Harley, the owner of the establishment known as the Bronze Hook, which a few of the menagerie members know has a tie to the underbelly of uh, Green Hill, if not a further expanding network of underbellies. Um, during the fray, uh, a silver coin with a dragon on it was flipped towards its previous owner, Marb, and the dragonborn, gold scaled, his, I guess, I don't know what you call him, it's like scale like hair tied back, gnarly scar upon his lip, which Marb and Davis would recognize as Essos, arrived, bringing with him 6 hooded and cloaked individuals, which assisted as they could from the rooftop of a building. The menagerie managed to dispatch of all 9 of the combative ogres and seriously wound Harley after being stabilized by Marb as he desperately tried to crawl away, saying he'd get you for this. Rock encased him in a magical bubble, a sphere, where he was unable to move, and as he tried to crawl away, he just simply rolled in place um, as his blood kind of circulated through the bubble. We pick up now with the menagerie pushing Harley down the alley, I'm supposing, um, and we'll pick up there. Uh, as the blood is starting to stop pumping in your ears, you look around. Uh, Signs of some burning and cindering on the 2 buildings where the wall of flame were. Al, that broken bottle of cheap booze. Your bolt stuck in the building wall. Uh, Blood is just starting to pool from these large individuals. The one that was on the roof that fell and thudded is laying limp and in a contorted way next to the boxes in the alley. Thank you, dear. Uh, you hear someone from a distance say, "Oh my! What happened here? Help! Help!"
Uh,
Far down the alley.
I'm gonna say to Dragnar, be like, "Hey, there's some more up top. We gotta go see what's going on up there." And then I'm gonna try and scale, basically like where I saw Rock go up. I'm gonna try and scale up
Sure.
that way, and he can literally probably just run up the wall.
Mm-hmm. Mechanically, not yet, but
But
basically
yeah,
for him,
yeah,
yeah, he'll just kind of parkour off this box and get up there. Davis, you can get here.
okay.
Caught. There's still torches on the ground, flickering. Davis, you would see, I guess at this point, some of them have started to move a little bit further. You see a number of hooded individuals, one of which Dregnar just pulls up right beside him, and Dragnar's still in that rage kind of fueled state. What would he do?
So there's this guy's back to him, or like their backs are to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He would probably just go up and grapple one and be like, just like, "What's your business? Like, what are you trying to do here?
Okay.
Or
Go ahead and
who
give
sent
me
you?" That kind of thing.
Go ahead and give me a grapple. So it's athletics at advantage
Right,
because
because
he's
he's
raging.
raging. Yep. Still not great. 15.
Oh, the guy manages to as Dregnar kind of goes and try to grab him from underneath his arms, kind of like putting him up in a headlock. The guy just kind of slips away. And he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, buddy, whoa! We're here. We helped. Hi, hi."
You helped. Who sent you?
Boss did Isos. He kind of points that way.
Dregnar is definitely smart enough to remember that we threw around Essos as a name, so he would recognize that, and I think he would go
Mm-hmm.
like let up at least for a bit.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go too much into the RP since I know you probably
Yeah.
got a little bit better idea for that.
No, you're good. All right. Sorry, music out a little loud. All right. So there you have it. Davis, you got up there. You kind of saw this interaction. The guy pushes off. As you're kind of coming up, the one that seemingly has like a bow notches it and is starting to kind of put it down and looks over to you and he's like, friends here. Kind of waves.
Yeah, I'm not that far. I probably would have heard him say Iso sent us, and I'd have been like,
Mhm.
oh. How did he know that we were here? Oh, God, we just made a ton of noise, didn't we?
Yeah, and you're hearing like again a couple voices from off map down because more of the alley. They're just saying, "Oh my goodness, help, help! There's been a fight. There's been a commotion."
Yeah, I might lean over to the side and be like, fellas, we need to get out of here.
I will.
Yep, someone help me. I guess
Yeah,
Rock, help me
I'll-
push this hamster ball.
Yeah, me and Mark will team, and we're gonna push it very fast.
Where
he's
are
just
we going with this?
bouncing around in me.
Right. So the sounds is coming from on the map to the right hand side. So you guys are gonna push them back to the left towards the back end. So, I mean, yeah, you guys can move them with both of you pushing at your full speed of 30 feet. So Marb, you have to go a little bit slower. But with Rock, you're basically going full speed. Isos will just be like kind of walking on the roof with you guys.
Oh, Isos, you're here. We need somewhere to get out of sight, man. Like, we need to... You saw the shit that just went down. We need to talk to this guy. We need to get him out of here.
Yeah, those faithful of the mother are not going to be happy. Follow me deeper in the alley. And he looks over.
Might I
Great.
suggest I have a distraction?
Yeah, that'd be great. Whatever you got.
Distractions are good. Go, go, go.
I'm gonna touch this box right here, and I'm gonna use light on it, I think.
Sure. Okay.
And it just emanates a really bright light. Like, it's a fluorescent light, basically, but, it's not of this world.
Yeah, I get you.
It's all an illusion, though.
All right, so we'll do this one. Yellow box, light box. Okay, cool. It actually does quite sufficiently illuminate the alleyway because it is sufficiently dark now. Rolling through. Al, you climbed back up. Okay. You guys are able to, and Isos will be like, all right, hurry. Davis, good to see you. Let's go. Follow me. Let's go around the building. He's gonna try to, as best as he can, from the rooftop, guide him, and then he'll call back to a couple of his individuals. He'll say, "You two, stay up here. Make sure no one really follows. If they do, just kind of distract them or get them." So the two of them will kind of, they're like, "Yes, sir," and they kind of walk over here and they just kind of jump down on the box, but they don't actually, go all the way off. All right, let's go. So essentially, he.
Also, what the fuck was it called? Clairvoyance. One more time, right at the box.
Takes 10 minutes to cast.
10 minutes to cast.
It's concentrate. So can I concentrate on that on the go in that location since I know where it is?
Well, so here's the thing: you have to be in that area, like like when you're casting it, right? Like it takes 10 minutes to cast. Yes, you can cast it within a mile, but when you're casting it, you can't really be like rushing away from somewhere. If that makes sense, you need to be sitting there, focusing, waving the magic to conjure that sensor. Yes, it is within a mile, so technically you can later put sensor
I read
here.
how concentration works, and I thought that also worked with casting. I just didn't think.
No, I get you. I get you. Yeah. So we'll say
Keep rolling.
Yeah, literally. So
right.
Marb and Rock, y'all are rolling Harley. He's like, hey, easy, and he's kind of like losing his footing and kind of, he's like falling over. He's like on his back.
Listen, buddy,
and
you lost your
tumbled and
rights to
everything.
easy travel when you decided to send the guards after us.
He's like, the mother will avenge me.
We'll see.
So, all right, you basically get over here, and we'll say for for the sake of keeping it smooth, you guys do eventually get to navigate down over here. By all means, roleplay as you wish. I'm just kind of giving you an idea of the direction you guys are taking.
I'm just listening
Marb,
to Isos, wherever he knows the
Rock.
land.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, this is
Um,
Isos. He's here to help us. He should help us. He might be able to get us someplace safe for a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
face to me.
he's also like, we'll have time for pleasantries once we get to a safe location.
Let's go.
All right, Dregnar will just stay on the roof following him, because Dregnar. And essentially, you guys are able to get off the roof, kind of follow, kind of navigating through. You still hear people kind of in the distance calling like, "Oh my, oh my!" And then you'll hear another voice, kind of more of like a male voice. "Oh no, we need help! There's so many down!" And then you'll kind of in the distance you'll hear like, "Oh, by the mother, oh bless it!" And people are kind of gathering, kind of panicking. The sound is kind of traveling down the alley. However, y'all are making your way further and further
What's in the
out.
box?
This box has light on it. What the hell?
Right, and you will actually. You will. One second. That's what I wanted to do is alt. And then you'll like some of the people will be like, "Well, why is this box glowing?" And then that's literally like the last thing y'all will hear as you kind of travel very well. It kind of becomes a little awkward because these alleys are kind of starting to weave in that, and then eventually you kind of run out of alley as it starts to open up to where like one of the finger tributaries are starting to cut through. Harley's still in a box, still tumbling. I believe, what is it? Is it like a 10-minute concentration, Rock?
It is.
Resilient sphere.
Oh no, it's only a minute.
Minute, okay. So eventually you guys kind of get him to this area, and then you get the sense that your spell is going to fail or fade.
Yeah, I'll just
So,
I'll be like, hey guys, I gotta drop the sphere. And then I'll
okay.
drop.
Harley fades, and as it does, the blood that has been just kind of gathering inside of it as it's tumbling, all of it just kind of splatters and splashes. He's just like his back becomes more covered as he's been kind of sort of rolling in it anyways. And he's just a blood tumbled mess. He's like, "Go! Yeah, I'm gonna get all of you for this. All of you!"
I don't think you're in any position to be making threats now, buddy.
I have the entire city on my side. What do you have?
You right now.
Knives and hammers, you know.
Give me another
Arrow?
intimidation.
Can I help him?
Go ahead and give me another. Sure. You can do it at advantage, Marv,
Ooh.
because Davis is
Yeah,
helping,
just-
and
yeah.
Davis is an intimidating individual. It's almost like he's inherently
Yeah,
intimidating.
almost like it's part of my
Yeah.
genetics.
Yeah, you kind of see him like kind of when you start listing off things, he just kind of shudders up, and then like he kind of gets you guys kind of lift him up, grabbing each side of his basically his pants, lifting him up and starting to like kind of push him, and then Isos will be like, "Hey, follow me," and then make sure he's like, "Boss, ex-boss, be quiet," and then they kind of travel, and it didn't take too long for them to get here, right, Marb? A little bit of commotion, a little bit of meeting. Within the next 15 minutes or so, when it opens up, you actually drop down into the finger and you start following along it as it is kind of a recess down, following the natural carving. And essentially, it does open up to, yet again, what do you know? Another section where you can enter underneath the city to an extent. He's like, "Sorry, boys, we're going dark," and kind of walks in. And as he does, Isos reaches for a torch, and then breathes some fire, igniting it. Follow me. I'm assuming everybody follows.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, real quick
Cool.
question, Rock. How old are you? Could we classify you as a teenager, maybe? And since we went into the maze and you got your shell changed, you're technically a mutant. And then with the way you were jumping from box to box like a ninja, so you're a teenage mutant ninja turtle, and we're going into the sewer. I think is what's happening here.
Would basically be all correct. Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay. So he just got now. All he has got to do is multi-class into monk, and we are good.
I'm gonna bamf. I'm gonna bamf my my bird and turn it into Master Splinter.
Pebble turns into a rat. No.
Sensei, what do we do?
I don't really have a good
rat
map for you
token?
guys.
Oh no, damn.
No. I do have a rat token. It's a mouse, I think. It's a Calisaur. But shoot, I lost what map we're on. Okay, we'll just stay here. So essentially you guys are led and you are able to kind of follow like the natural carvings. And this section actually does have some, bricks or like stone worked and everything, kind of reinforcing this underground tunnel. And it does weave a bit, but fairly quickly you guys are able to get to a location. One thing that I need to do, which I completely forgot, and I need to retcon it real quick. Before you guys got too far traveling, Isos did pull out, have one of his guys pull out like a bag, and they put it over Harley's head, and they kind of loosely tie it, so he can't slip it off. He's like, just so he can't see where we're going, and navigates you. You're in this, and it does open up eventually to a portion where it looked like part of it was built out to be either like a recess or a natural overflow kind of section for in case there was like flooding or heavy rains, more like a collection of water so it wouldn't flood out to the streets. However, part of it has come under disrepair, and you see some of the brick and stonework kind of crumbling, and then there is some of like the wet earth kind of slothing through. But it does look like more of a tunnel has been dug through, and he's like, sorry boys, it's gonna get a little muddy. And he just kind of treads in, and it's large enough for Marb and Isos and some of the smaller, folk. But those of you who are like 6 foot plus actually have to kind of hunch over as you're kind of traveling through this little tunnel. But it's not very long, and it does open up to essentially like a dugout section that has tables, crates. It looks like it's an entire, underground hideout that is reinforced with wood pillars, and lanterns and lights are just strung out. And there's a number of individuals, all of which, Marb, you definitely get the sense are of a similar practice and trade of Isos and those of the underground. You are very much in the heart of the underbelly of
This is it's a little bit muddy, but I mean, we literally just spent a month inside Deep Root Marsh, so I think we're
fair.
pretty comfy. So thank you so
That's
much.
fair. But yeah, little Spitfire over there came running to me when he got the coin. I'm glad.
Oh, that's how you knew what was going on. Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah, and he, before he says anything more, he just kind of takes the bag and just clocks the hooded, the bagged face of Harley, and he just kind of falls limp.
Yeah,
Like,
what are we gonna do with him, Marb and Isos? I don't know.
Yeah,
What's the
can we
plan?
have like a private room where people won't hear screams and be alarmed, that I can spend maybe like an hour interrogating
Dragnar
a
might
good friend over
offer.
here?
Dragnar has a way of making that happen. But then, but then you can't hear inside
I
of it either.
mean-
That's right. Never mind.
This room is gonna need to have sewage vent somewhere in it. It gets bloody, I bet Ezos has 4 or 5 of this type of rooms, exactly what I'm talking about. So
Iso will kind of chuckle. He's like, Marb, come on, we're not that violent.
room number 5. Oh, come on. Are you telling me we don't have a torture room in the underground here?
I mean, Marb, we can always do a makeshift, but let's
Yeah,
be a little. What has he done? I mean, you
Nothing.
went.
He's full of information that'll be good. You know what he's done? He allied with the creepy witches and the ogres. You know how many people died? And this
Yeah, but
bastard here is living the best of his life running the tavern where you're supposed to be. I bet he
um,
knows a lot of information that we can use, and if we kill him, it's just positive win-win overall. So I'm more
Mark,
interested in the information.
he went missing. You don't remember our talk, do you?
I don't know. He seemed pretty chummy with the ogres over there.
Yeah, well, like, I think you would know, like most of us, that there are means of breaking people and, convincing them of things that they might not normally believe. We need to make sure
Hammers, knives. Oh, the spooky way. Okay, okay.
he
You know what
may.
happens with the spooky way? Getting stabbed, getting your kneecap blown with a hammer, getting shot. Always snaps people back into reality.
Marb, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do it your way. But listen, I've worked with Harley for years and years, and when he went missing, we had to cover to make sure everything was okay. He came back, a little bit before, or at least I was told a little bit before the ogres and them came, and he was just different. He was all about that damn mother of bounties and preaching her way, and none of that seemed like him. He's never been a real faithful individual. Now, he's not the smartest, but he's always been
Told
good.
you from dad.
Interesting.
I'll cut you a deal. You give me, I guess for an hour. Give me 30 minutes. I promise I'll only use my hammer. Yeah.
Well, let me
30 minutes with only the hammer. I'll be quick. I'll ask questions.
An option comes to mind.
He has 10 fingers. 20 if we count toes.
I don't need any room for this now. If you may take the bag off of him, but you might as well strap him down for this.
He's out cold. Like, he got clocked all across the jaw, and you just see he's just kind of limp, and a couple of the guys are kind of holding him, kind of dragging him, and they're just kind of putting him in, on one of the rooms. It's not a tiny room, but it's not a large room. Seems to be like a makeshift kind of storage area, where they had a chair, and they're just kind of strapping, tying his legs to the chair. Marb and Al, you would notice that, and Saj, you would notice this, the chair is actually bolted into the ground.
Okay.
So
what you're
Perfect.
saying is
That's
he's
exactly what I was looking
bewitched,
for.
as you will.
Well, we don't know. Maybe he's bewitched, or maybe he...
That's just Sedge talking.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So it's Isos responding to Sedge. He's like, honestly, I don't know. He's always been more of a businessman and underground dealings. I mean, he's... I guess I don't have to hide anything. He's been my boss for years. We came to this town together.
Yeah, Marv, don't forget, we came into his place, yelled at him a bunch, said we lied about him owing us stuff, and then left. Like, he was right to come be pissed at us. Maybe not to send all these people after us, but I don't blame him for coming after us after what we did. I wanted to just leave.
Coming after us, one thing. However,
Don't you? He is. Wait a minute. Are we forgetting what happened to town? Like, I get he's
I don't hold
mind
him
controlled.
responsible for all that.
No, of course not. But we just need the information he's holding, which he might be mind controlled or not willing to give it to us. Therefore,
maim the guy?
hammer plus knee equal information. It's a very simple, straightforward process.
I mean, are you listen to your friend Isos?
Is one thing.
I look at Isos and tell her, Isos, can you save me the hammer plus knee step and just get me the information? Go ahead. But the second I have any questions that you and your mumbo jumbo, assuming he is mind control, can't answer, me and my friend Harry the Hammer is gonna come in there and get those answers for you. Are we
Okay.
agreeing with that?
Harry the Hammer. All right, we are totally searching this.
I couldn't come up with another name
No,
for
no,
a
this is
hammer
perfect.
that started with H.
There we
All
go.
I'm saying is maybe the
First
hammer
gift.
should be our last resort.
I don't think it should be a resort at all. Like we don't know what he knows, and he
Let me
hasn't.
tell you what just happened.
He hasn't earned this from us.
He
was a dick.
angry
He
at
was a
us
dick.
Davis,
is-
answer me this question. Who do we know, I guess I look at Isis as well, that has dealt with the mother of bounty people and all the ogre army they brought in here, and might know people that are giving him instructions on what to do that could get us information to start climbing the ladder and find who are the real innocents that are being mind controlled and who is the evil spooky person doing all the mind controlling.
Well, Esau's what kind
And
of listen. I really hope that all that it is that he's been mind controlled, as you're saying. I kind of worried that it's not necessarily of that type. I think he's just been brainwashed over time. I mean, I guess we can say
that
we're
is
all
the worst possible
friends.
situation.
We're all
Hey, DM
friends.
God,
Yo.
can you help me with something real quick? I remember last session
Okay.
I had a conversation with you as part of my divination.
Hey God.
Hey.
But
Yes,
I never
God
had
here.
the chance to give that information to others. Can you recall accurately? Because I can't remember exactly what words you used to describe it. Because
No, I was hoping you
good
took.
enough to get the whole lowdown.
Hoping you would have taken notes because I didn't write down exactly what I said. I'm sorry.
I'm not a note taker. I'm sorry.
I mean, we could.
Let
If
me
you
see if I have. What was the? When was this?
I do basically remember
Towards the
what it
end.
was because you didn't give me all the information as you should have. So
Wait, was that
I'll
should
just
I
work
light
with
this
what I
building on
remember.
fire?
Yes. I don't
Yeah.
remember how I said it. Like that's the problem.
Yeah, I don't
It's
have notes on that.
basically.
So before our altercation began with this Harley, I contacted my above one named Surya, the sun over us. Within our dialogue, she mentioned to me that part of their will may not be their own.
Yeah, I think whoever this Surya is, definitely, I think she's right because he's like, okay, speaking amongst friends, I've taken you to where we're hiding. Harley changed. Harley went missing, but then he came back, and when he came back, he was mother this, bounty that, as you kind of probably have seen in wherever you've been in this city. But I have the feeling like this. He's made some mistakes in the past. I've mentioned a Saraja. I don't remember if y'all remember the
Close
name.
enough.
No,
Good try,
not
my dear
yours.
sir.
Not yours. Not Surya.
Oh.
I got that. Siraj is a bitch, and he's been working with her for years.
I thought it was Zarya. That's the name of it.
Oh yeah, Zarya. Yeah. I have it written wrong.
Ah.
Sorry.
The
Yeah.
notes.
The notes. Good notes. Yes, you're right. Zarya. Yes.
Yeah, I do remember looking that up when we looked
Sora.
up.
Oh, you guys haven't run into this person.
No,
yet, that's why.
But I remember talking to Isis about Zarya, that
Yeah,
bitch.
and you haven't run into Saraja yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zarya the bitch. So, it's like, listen. Harley has made mistakes. I'm afraid that, like, the Zarya stuff, maybe getting involved with the bounty is the same kind of, only this is worse. Because when he came back, he seemed to have a position, like a station. Like, I mean, you saw he had ogres with him, but he's been helping them sweep through some of our hideouts and our little storages and everything. He's definitely working for them, but we don't know why. I hope that's just my friend has been manipulated or tricked, and that he isn't like he puts in air quotes, true believer.
Yeah, like Barb, we have to entertain that as a possibility. I mean, I don't think we can just assume that he needs to have the information beaten out of him, and there may not even be any information to beat out of him anyway. Let's try some
I'm gonna
normal ways.
kind
Any
of go
information I can
towards
get.
Isos and bow in front of him, and I'll just say, "I'm sorry, friend, but I never caught your name. My name is Sej."
Essos the fleet. Second to Harley, now in charge of the operations around here.
I see. They call me Sej the Sun-Touched.
Untouched. Very cool. And he kind of looks you over and he sees some of like the adornments and, as I like to say, the accoutrement of the sun. He's like, makes sense. Well, sun is fire. I'm golden. Does a little.
I'll kind of speak
fire.
up now, and I'll say, if you will all... I know I may not have earned your trust so far, since I am new to your triage of adventure. When Harley wakes, would you please give me a moment to chat with him? It's kind of pointing at Marb because I'm trying to avoid hammer time.
I get you.
You mean
guess-
Harry the Hammer?
You were so helpful during our encounter. I can't tell you, I'm bloodthirsty. I shot this guy like 5 times and he took like 1 arrow. It's really frustrating. And I just want to crack some knees, but apparently we can take our sweet time, so sure. Let's make a deal.
Essos.
No hammer time until he wakes up, and you
So what you'll see is Essos will pull a little necklace out, and it's just a leather cord, and on it it's tied one of your feathers, and he'll pluck it, Marb, and he'll be like, to avoid the hammer time unless he really needs it, and he'll hand you back the feather.
Ooh. I'll grab it, I'll start him in the eye, and be like, you missed and asking for a lot more than his miserable life. But a promise of my word is my word. And I like take out a piece of flint and like light it on fire and just like burn it and be like,
the feather? Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
It smells nasty.
We'll avoid hammer
Burning
time.
feathers kind of smell nasty.
What is this?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Hey,
Those of you, real quick, CJ. Those of you who are trained or proficient in insight, and Marb, if you are or not, you guys can give me insight checks real quick on Essos, and then go ahead, CJ.
does Black Dot mean trained, or has it got to have the circle around it too?
Trained, yeah. The black dot.
I'm not trained in insight, so.
But you still can because you're directly interacting with him.
Oh, okay.
18 for me.
I said you meant if you are like
Everyone who is, however, Marb, you get the exception.
Nice.
Al is definitely recovering from being stunned still. Like, oh, it's been
What is that
rough.
terrible smell?
Yeah. Where are we? Roll 20.
Yeah, Dragnar's not proficient, so I'm not rolling for him.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, Sej, Rock, and even Marb, you pick up on this. And Marb, this is as strange as it is for you. Essos cares about Harley, and you guys pick up. It's it's talking. They have a past. They have a history. So he went so far to impersonate him while he was missing, to protect the operation. All right. So you guys, go ahead. Yeah.
While everybody's been chatting and whatever, I'm gonna sit by Harley
Okay.
and cast Cure Wounds on him. And,
Okay.
and I rolled the 2 dice, so it's 12 hit points.
12. All right. He is back to. He's
Almost
basically back to full. Yeah. I'll just mark him as full because eventually.
But he's unconscious, according to
Yeah.
his little.
Yeah, and I'm gonna see after the heal if I can wake him up.
You can. It's a solid clock. You know what? Even though you're not trained in medicine, go ahead and give me a medicine check. 50-50. Because he healed him.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. So as you're kind of healing him, he kind of, and he just kind of for a moment is like, "Thank you." Wait, where am I? And he kind of tries to move, and he's, at this point, sufficiently tied to a bolted chair.
Yeah, so I'll as soon as I see him, I'll be like, so those guys over there. And I'll point to Marv.
Wait. I want to pull my arrow out first. I assume it's still there because we haven't talked about it. I'll just pull it out and be like, I don't want to waste a good arrow on you.
Okay, sure.
And now he can bleed. That's it.
Okay, he's bleeding a little bit, but it's not like he's not bleeding out. He's like, you're a jerk.
Yeah, that guy there, he
You're a
wants to.
jerk.
He wants to. Oh, I saved you from much worse. The guy over there, he wants to do things too that aren't very nice. So then I'm gonna point over at Isos and be like, and him over there, he seems to think that you're maybe a good person, and then everybody else is just a lot of in betweens. There's this whole big fight going on, and how about you just talk to us and tell us some things, and then we can just leave you on your way, and everyone's happy, please.
Good person. Him.
I'm gonna overhear that.
He starts laughing.
I'm gonna touch Rock's shoulder.
Good, okay.
Casually put down my yoga leaf or mat, as you will,
Okay,
and
yes.
put my sensor right on the floor and sit a little distance away from Harley, but right in front of them, and look directly at him, like staring his eyes down, like in a meditative trance. Not doing anything yet, just I'm witnessing for now.
Okay.
As soon as you touch me or whatever, I'll be like, and this guy's new. I don't know what he wants, but he seems good in a fight, so maybe don't make him mad either.
Alright, let me just kind of bring these guys over here. We're just going to do... That goes like that. We'll get rid of this. We'll delete all these because we don't need them. And then
I'm interested to see what Harley is going to say before I do anything, so...
I understand.
I assume Dragnar's meditating at this time. I just don't remember exactly why he's doing it mechanically.
Yeah, it's part of his training that he wants to do.
Okay.
So, kind of moving you back over.
Key back?
Yes. So they can take during a short rest if they meditate, they get their key back.
Yeah. So he's doing that.
So key is extremely easy to spend. Like they can
use several on a turn.
Yes. It's very, very possible to go through in standard stock. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you do flurry of blows plus try to stunning strike on every one, that's 5 key right there in one turn, and he's only got 5
right.
at this level. So all right. So I just moved you guys back to the materia map just because. Not the materia. The Green Hill.
Yeah, maybe
map.
no.
All right. So
Oh, I was gonna keep talking to him. That's okay.
Yes, go ahead. So
Yeah.
he's just kind of tied up. He's kind of like, he's in for a person that might be like, Rock, as you've heard, kind of like he had authority, and so he's still in very basic garb. Basically the image that you're seeing, like with the simple browns, like linens and like cottons, that's basically what he's wearing. And he's a overweight, red-cheeked, doesn't look very healthy kind of individual.
Hey, Al, can you come here?
Yeah.
Can you, he's a mess. We kind of made him a mess. Can you clean him up a little? With your
Pleasure.
magic-y do thing?
I'll,
And then I'll offer Harley some water. Well, Al's cleaning him up.
Okay. He's tied up, so like you kind of uncork it and kind of pass some over. And as Al, you're kind of pulling the soot and the blood with your prestidigitation off of him, splashing it on the ground. Splashing it. It takes a while because
need a few of these.
he was for a minute basically just rolling in his own blood.
Don't worry, it'll be
Yeah.
good if you
Sorry for the. Yeah, maybe we didn't treat you very nicely, but you were kind of rude to us too. Not that that's
You barged into. Then you just gotta shove water out.
It sure is a lot of blood outside of your body.
Yeah. By the way, if you're wondering why you're probably feeling a little better, that was me. So play nice. I'm trying to play nice here. Tell me about the sisters. What makes them so special? I don't get it. I come here, everybody's like sisters, mother. What? Why? What is it about them?
You really don't know. They are the voices of the mother. They're her direct lines of communication. They are the ones that share her gifts and knowledge directly. He just starts ranting and rambling, almost like,
I'm gonna speak up and say, "Hey, Harley, I'm gonna light an incense, and I'm gonna cast subtly calm emotions into the room, directed at him."
okie dokie. Sounds good to
The
me.
entire room.
It's
for
a
sure. 20-foot radius sphere.
yeah.
Woohoo, we're all calm.
Yeah, everybody should be calm anyway, but
Whoa.
that
Let's
doesn't
Damn
really
it, I don't
affect
wanna be
you as
calm, I
much
wanna
as it would
stab.
affect him
I mean,
anyway.
that's fine. It's a charisma save. So if anybody doesn't want to be affected by it, you can make a charisma save.
Oh, charisma save. What's the?
16.
Oh no.
Dragnar fails. So
Right,
does
yeah.
Davis.
Harley fails too, so he's
Oh, I
calm.
failed too.
All right.
This is the moment Sej lose all trust.
So
We all
as
and sing kumbaya.
as the incense kind of starts to swirl, it's more than should be, right? It just kind of, and all of you kind of breathe in. Actually, I forgot to roll for Isos. Isos just kind of does a little huff, and some of it like ignites around him, and he saves. But everyone else in the room, including Harley and everyone, is just kind of.
It actually reads as if it essentially cures Marb's bloodlust too. Like,
It does.
yeah.
It removes fear and charm too.
Yeah. Well, it
Right.
says it makes a target indifferent about creatures
Yeah,
that
but
they're
it-
hostile towards.
You
so
can you can suspend any effect causing the target to be charmed or frightened when the
right,
spell
yeah, I'm
ends.
saying like Marb
Yeah.
doesn't want to kill him
Yep.
now, basically.
Marb, the drive to torture subsides. He looks pathetic.
No.
For now.
For now.
Yeah, for
For
a
at least a
minute.
It's just condensing.
Yeah.
Oh, good man.
It's concentration up to a minute, so you get
Yeah.
1 minute without the need of blood. So
I'll be very disturbed by that, but what is this weird feeling of not wanting
Actually,
to murder everyone
seeing-
around me?
Feeling that wave come over me and seeing Marb
Mhm.
like also have that reaction, I'm gonna try and lead him out of the room.
Sure, go ahead and roleplay it.
Like Marb, buddy, just let. Rock's got this in hand, I think. He's taken the nice approach. We'll see what we get out of that. I mean, he seems. I mean, he's just his friend. They go back.
I'm okay here. I don't want to get him out of my side because I don't know if Isos is gonna keep his
There's
word
no
or
way out of
not.
there other than we're gonna stand outside the door here. We'll be right outside. It's fine.
We can stand inside that door too. That's fine. I'm gonna be very
Buddy,
stubborn
I'm
about it.
actually
So.
I'm pulling you out of the room.
Whoa! Wait.
I will grapple you and pull you.
Can I do a reaction to pull out a dagger?
I would say
Under common motion.
I would say
Oh, but it's like weird because I know I shouldn't feel aggressive, right? I'm like at peace, but I don't like people touching like me. So
I would say normally yes you could, but because you're under the effects of the spell, you can try to fight Davis grappling you. You can give me a your choice of a acrobatics or an athletics, however at disadvantage, because you're not the one actively engaging in this. Davis, you can give me a regular one to grapple.
Oh yeah,
if you
absolutely.
do want to pull him.
Oh, I
And
really
this contested.
I was
Never mind.
definitely gonna.
I had
Bravura.
advantage on Constitution checks this whole time.
Checks, not saves. Checks, not saves.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, okay. I lost it.
Okay.
If you can beat
Okay, what do I need to
25.
roll? I thought Burst Endurance was gonna give me some sort of.
You did have like a more
Actually,
HP.
you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna use my own bravura.
Okay, so
Just added a 1.
Acrobatics.
at disadvantage because you're kind of.
Yeah. Oh, 18.
That is actually that disadvantage made it so yeah. Davis is just he's physically not
I'm
like
way bigger
hurting
than
you.
Yeah, I'm just like
or anything, but he's just kind of like one arm on your shoulder, one arm on your back, just kind of
small of your
guiding you
back,
out.
Exactly.
Yeah, just like,
I'm
come
trying
on,
to fight
man.
it like Davis. No,
And I'm just like, buddy,
a-hole.
it's okay. Just let them chat. Once they're done, we'll take it from
I
there.
swear to God, after I'm done with Harley, you're next in that chair.
Oh, calm, baby, calm.
But like struggling, but not fighting really hard.
Yeah. Like all these things that you're saying, you don't mean right now. You're just kind of just. This is like.
Yeah, I don't want to
autopilot.
leave, but I'm grumpy about it.
You were
And
great back
said-
there. Great as always. You know, you did. I mean, you got up. I saw you jump from a building to a building. That was really cool. I didn't know you could do that. That's great.
Don't butter me up with compliments now, buddy.
And this is calm Marb. This is not angry Marb. And then Dragnar will just kind of pipe up and be like, "That's him, calm." And he's just gonna step out and kind of sit there with you guys too. Like,
Back to meditating.
All right, Sesh, CJ, and all them. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, okay, we know about the mother and all. We've heard the speeches, but these were your people. Like this was your town. You lived here. You fed the people. You worked with people, and now there's ogres and giants and people getting hurt and killed. And like, how can you justify doing this to your own friends, family, and patrons at your shop?
It was all a front. You should know. Isos and I, and heck, most of whoever's down here with us, we don't care. We just want the city to live by whatever means so we can make profit. Trade. Smuggle. Loot.
So you sided with the sisters just because you want to keep making money?
More. They showed me a better way. However, I'll do what it takes to keep the city alive in my own understanding of it.
Who is in charge of the sisters? Do you know? And don't say the mother.
Mother.
Who's like the head sister?
I don't think that matters.
No, they all just work together on the same level.
You could say that.
Do you know what they plan to do, Green Hill, and with everything? They trying to bring peace to the world, trying to control the world. What's the goal here?
Make it a mecca for all those who worship the mother. Make it a source where her influence can spread, so that others may receive such a wonderful bounty and gift to extend her sight through us to other parts of this land. It's glorious.
Yeah, not so glorious when you have ogres run around killing people. I mean,
The town started it. They fought the ogres. They were the ones that were keeping them off to the side with their towers and their ballista, keeping them pinned in the woods, never sharing the bounty that was flowing through the river.
Harley, was it?
Yeah.
The rivers are quite plentiful lately, are they not?
Oh, that's the mother's blessing.
However, those bounties were not cheap. You say you're trying to do best for what you think you could do for the town, right? So far, I would have to say that's not going very well.
The town is doing great. It has plenty of inhabitants. People are sharing amongst the bounty. Those who wish to reject the gift, well, they are being re-educated and shown the way of the mother. Green Hill is thriving.
how are they re-educated people?
Is this a
Sim-
forcible re-education?
No, it is just exposure.
Exposure to what?
The teachings of the mother. Eventually, everyone will see the beauty in it. As the flowers bloom, the fish swim, sun reflecting off their scales. Just smiles with a big grin. Nope, keep going. Never mind. Nope, y'all are good.
What do you think here? And Sedge, what do you think? Like, is this? Yeah, he makes it sound not so bad. You know, it almost sounds like mother might just be the way to go.
Oh,
Harley, what kind of stuff do the re-educated get to see during that process? And then I would like to cast detect thoughts.
Oh shit, you're actually doing it.
Nice.
69
There had to be
episodes.
something special for 69.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm using my level 1 skill. Let's go.
It's your racial.
fucking go!
Oh, is that part of his race? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't realize
He's had it basically the entire time and he's just never done it.
from
I
your
totally missed. What is he doing? What are you doing?
detect thoughts.
So no one knows what he's doing. Like,
Yeah,
no
that's true.
no one knows what he's doing.
Yeah, that's out of
That's
out
at
of
least-
character.
That's one thing I've been trying to keep is that Al didn't tell anybody about this.
Yeah, and there's a real backstory reason for it too, and I understand it.
Maybe he's been doing it all along and I'm just lazy.
Yeah. First time you actually verbalize it instead of just whispering me, it's like, hey, I'm detecting the thoughts. I'm like, gotcha. Okay. I need to read it. It's I know it's like surface level. I know it's not like something crazy, but all right. Detect thoughts. For the duration, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures. When you cast a spell, and as your action on each of your turns until the spell's end, you can focus your mind on any creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. If the creature you choose has an intellect of 3 or lower, or doesn't speak any language, the creature is unaffected.
Oh, bad news.
You initially-
Harley's got a 1.
Yes. Unfortunately, as Marb can attest, even though he's not in the room, these type of people are really smart.
Yeah.
You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature. What is most on its mind in that moment. As an action, you can shift your attention to another creature or attempt to probe deeper into the creature's mind. If you probe deeper, the target must make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain insight on its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something that looms larger in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates. If it succeeds, the spell ends. That's if it saves. Okay. Either way, the target knows you are probing its mind, and unless you shift your attention to another creature's thoughts, the creature can use its action on its turn to make an intelligence check, contesting your intelligence check. If it succeeds, the spell ends. Questions verbally directed at the creature. Sorry, guys, this is a long description on spell. naturally shape the course of its thoughts. So the spell is particular. Okay, yeah. Okay, you can kind of guide him in the thought process. You can also use a spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see. When you cast the spell, and as your action during the duration, you can search for thoughts within 30 feet of you. The spell can penetrate barriers up to 2 feet, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
Okay,
the rest
once
is all
you
about
detect...
detecting.
Okay, so what was your question as you're doing this, Al? Sorry?
As they're being re-educated, what do they see? What converts them?
Oh, they are... Well, he will say, right? They, tales of the mother and, story, like, gospel of her deeds, and that, she wishes to share the bounty with all. On his surface thoughts, you will get, kind of the same thing. However, you will get, because it's surface, a sense of, more forceful than he's letting on. That they are, you will get kind of like an understanding, like an image of people out exposed to the elements, be it rain, be it cold nights, amongst boulders, with individuals just reciting and chanting at them over and over and over and over again. And you will also get the sense that some individuals are being forcefully fed the bounty, like literally till they like vomit and then being fed more, trying to break them.
Hmm.
Do you wish
Okay.
to probe further?
That was one bit I was always mixed up on. So if I
So you
probe
got
further
surface
just on the one
thoughts.
question, okay.
Well,
So I
you
can go
can
further
guide
on the
it.
one
You can continue to guide it, but as you're guiding it, like now you basically get to choose: am I switching my detect thoughts to someone else
Mhm.
in here, or am I digging into this guy's brain? If you dig into his brain, he gets a chance to save. If he fails, then you can start kind of pulling deeper hidden thoughts.
And then asking another question would be the same as probing, if it's the same target.
Yes.
Okay.
And you're kind of guiding what kind of comes to his mind.
And we don't know Al's doing this?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I mean, you heard
Literally
him ask the
all
question.
you heard him ask the question, and you heard Harley's response of, they are, they hear the word and they're shown deeds of the bounty and they are given parts of the bounty.
I mean, so does he not have to use the like verbal somatic or material for his thing
I don't
as part of his like deal, his
well,
legacy?
let me
Double
see.
check.
Well, it's just a copper piece, so he's just kind of spinning the coin around, right, or whatever he's doing. Like
Okay,
it's super
yeah.
subtle,
And there's a somatic,
right?
so
Like,
yeah, okay.
like this is nothing like, for Al, it could just be him winking,
That's true.
and that's still enough of a somatic component, or
Fair enough.
material. So
Cool.
yeah, because I would say, like, especially if it's something that they can like inherently do. If it does require, it's just something subtle, like snapping their finger or rolling their R's if they're speaking to somebody or something like that, So,
Okay.
which I know
Then-
Corbin can't do, so I'm not gonna make him do that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Al can do it like crazy. Just Corbin can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Allegretto.
He just got shot today, man. Or it's like easy.
Clever. Yeah.
Uh,
All right. So,
I think I'll change questions but probe further.
okay. What's your question?
So, do they only have the choice of being re-educated? Does anybody ever, be let free, be let just leave the area?
He smiles. He says, "No one has ever, well, not accepted the gift and the wonder that is the mother. There's never been a need." And then he just kind of starts rambling. So that's what you guys hear. Let me see. Let me say. Nope. He doesn't save. Okay. He rolled a natural 6, so he's not going to save against that. All right, Al. Actually, this is gonna be fun. No, I won't make it a whisper. I should make it a whisper, but I kind of want everybody to hear this because this is fun. All right, so as you're probing, kind of continuing down the same story, and people, you actually get a flash to him.
Oh,
Deep in his mind. Like this is something that's like kind of concealed and like in a dark space in his brain, in his mind. He is being he's walking in one of the darker, portions of town. You don't know where it is, but you hear like dripping water and there's torches, and then you for a moment you feel getting whacked at the back of the head and darkness. The next you have a flash as you're kind of probing of being drug through the woods and leading up, there's pine forest and stone and everything around you, and then eventually you are kind of in a hut of furs and branch and what like an outdoor kind of large hut, and in there there is 3 female individuals around you cackling and laughing, and you can't really make out their faces. It's really odd. Like you're trying to probe and it's just like their figure is there. They're kind of hunched. One of them is pretty large in stature. They seem to have kind of like elongated limbs and all that, but their faces are just blank. Like you look at it and it's just blurry. Like you can't, it's almost like he can't even remember as you're kind of probing through his mind.
Mhm.
And you hear them like reciting, chanting. Again, the words are kind of lost, but there's always like those keywords that kind of string through: bounty, mother, glory, food, secrets, reveal, convert, become. There's starting like that, and then kind of goes black. And as you're continuing to probe, and he kind of, for a moment, Harley makes eye contact with you in like in the present, and Sej, you would definitely pick up on this because you're passive perception. Harley stares directly at Al in the eyes, and then kind of blinks. And Al, you're seeing a moment where Harley is tied down to um a slab of stone out in the open, exposed to the elements, and there are hot rods, essentially not cars, but like iron rods or metal rods that have been like heated, and they are pressing them against the skin and drawing or cart or something. They're doing something, and he's screaming in agony and in pain. Do you continue to push forward?
Were the rods like against his arms or just kind of everywhere?
Arms, he's on his belly, like tied down, so back, arms.
Yeah, I'll go one more. I'll see how far I can get.
All right, do you ask another question? Or are you just letting it get eerily silent for this? Because this all happens like within a span of like 6 seconds.
As you
It's
death stare at each other.
yeah.
If you went to one of these camps, did you have fun? You have a good time?
Like I was never needing for one of these camps. Yeah. So Al, you're that's all that you guys hear, and then he's like, well, he'll also say out loud, like, I quickly saw the gifts of the mother and the greatness of her, and I wanted to bring it back and share it with my people, my town. I want Green Hill to thrive. However, it was going too slowly. People were not accepting it. Only a select few were actually seeing the beauty of her ways, allowing for her gifts to nourish and grow. In your mind, Al, as you're probing, you failed to save again. He is returning back to Green Hill on his own. However, when, in kind of wearing the similar garb, similar what he's wearing now, simple robes of browns and cottons and linens and tans and beiges, and he is not returning to his bronze hook. He's not returning to the underground. He is just going to the Mother of Bounty shrines and worshiping and trying to convince others in the streets, preaching of the great bounties that have been bestowed upon Greenhill and how the mother watches over them and that they need to turn to her for guidance and a better future where we can make Greenhill a beacon of the bounty and later, a jewel amongst the river that can be shared amongst others. Very much, brainwashed kind of sermon going. But he is accompanied with a sister or two, and there are some other worshippers. Give me 1 second, because I think Punchik's at the door.
Yeah, sounds like he just did it of his own free will.
Yeah. He's cool. He had a great time
It's a
at
good
summer
case. She makes a good case.
camp.
And that's when your connection to the spell snaps, and he is death staring you in the eyes. Calm emotions passes. He's just fucking furious at you, Al.
Hey, I've seen so he's tied to a chair right now.
Oh yeah.
I've seen some of the followers have really neat tattoos. Do you mind if I check your arms real quick?
He just kind of starts kind of
like
struggling in the chair and trying to get away from you, but he can't. Bolt a chair. He's tied up.
You're fine. You're fine, buddy. I ain't gonna hurt you.
Greenhill to be prosperous as well. Don't you think we could be friends in the long run, seeing that our goals somewhat align?
Okay, and as you're saying that, Sej, you kind of feel that your calm emotions as it's a minute is starting to fade, and you kind of see him kicking and struggling, and he's just saying he's looking. I can't point, but he's looking at Alice, get that freak away from me, get him away! And he's trying just to squirm, and he's yelling, Marb, Davis. You just hear him yelling full, big guy booming voice.
That's not very nice. What did I say? Al looks offended.
He doesn't know how to
Can
explain.
I come
what
into
you
the
did.
room now when I hear the screaming?
Yeah, you're back to normal, Marb. You're.
Oh,
I mean,
I might prevent you.
yeah, is David's gonna stop me?
Are you trying to go?
Go back into the room
Yeah.
when I hear all the shouting?
mm-hmm.
Are you trying
Davis,
to
if you're trying to stop him, then
go?
yeah,
I'm
you have
asking
to
if
roll.
he's trying to go.
Okay, gotcha.
Are you trying to go, Mark?
Inside the room.
Yeah, you are.
But
Okay, bless you.
bless you.
Given what I've heard yelling,
Everybody said bless you.
I'll just go with him. I'm not gonna stop him.
Okay. All right.
I just
so-
want to go in and be like, what was that screaming?
And you just hear, get him away from me! Get that freak away! Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I just scared Jones. I'm sorry,
Jones, you're not the freak. Different freak.
Yeah.
If
Sorry,
it
Jones.
helps you, my
Sorry.
cat is sleeping like a dream over there in the corner.
Oh no, that doesn't, because I just scared Jones. But yeah, so
Mm.
Harley is trying to kick and trying to move his arms, but he's restrained and he's just staring at Al, yelling, spittle coming out of his mouth. He doesn't know how to explain what happened to him. He's just screaming.
I'll whisper to
Nothing
Barb. I'll be like, see, they were getting to him.
What the heck, Al? He really doesn't like you.
I was gonna raise his hands and take a few steps back, like I was just asking questions. Brock, can you use your special eyes and check his arms for me?
Al, also, just for the sake of it, give me a deception check, because Isos is in the room.
Okay. Oh, I'm out of luckies.
Is
You've
he
had been for a while.
persuadable at this point, or is he too enraged?
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Hey, Bobby. I'm so sorry. Oh yeah,
Summer camp.
he's actually Isos is pretty good at insight, but yeah, you definitely he's
Whew.
He's like, he still like kind of looks at you, and he's like, Harley, and then
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like,
So Al,
I
you
knew
kind of
this guy
step
for
back.
years, and you really shook him, and I don't get it.
Yeah, exactly. Just simple questions, right?
Right.
He like Iso saw like you guys make the eye contact, and he just kind of thinks like somehow that eye contact like, spooked him or something. Yeah. So Al, you know what you saw, and you saying to Rock, was it to check his? What did you say? Sorry.
Use your special
Yeah.
eyes and check his arms for me.
Yeah.
If he gets the code word.
I have. Yeah, you know what? When Al says that, I'll be like, wait, you know what? I think they made me think of something. I'm gonna cast a spell on this poor guy.
Okay.
Another one.
Firebolt.
Fantastic Force. Intelligence 15 save.
Intelligence 15. He saves actually.
Okay.
Rolls a natural 16 plus bonuses. What were you trying? What were you trying to cast on
just
Phantasmal?
like fuming in the chair.
Yeah, he's basically like he is ignoring everyone else in the room, and he's just berserker yelling at Al. Like spittle, his veins are showing. He's pissed, but he doesn't know how to. For Al, you understand this. He doesn't know how to say what happened to him. He doesn't understand it. He just knows you did something. No one else knows that you did anything to him. He's just full out berserk yelling at you, telling them to either get him away from you, get you away from him. And yeah.
I'll have Pebble fly near him, and I'll go bamf through her eyes and see if his arms look interesting.
Do Pebble?
Yeah.
So he's clothed, so like, he's tied up, so like there is no, he's covered. His back, everything is covered, so he's just thrashing in the chair.
Okay, I'm gonna turn Pebble into a mouse. And have her crawl up inside of his cloak.
Splinter Pebble.
Splinter Pebble. Okay. So I want to make sure. Is it an action to change this form, or is it like 10 minutes? It's the one thing I don't ever remember on this spell. I'm gonna let you do it. I'm just kind of
Meanwhile,
curious.
I'll be like, Al, what did you do? He doesn't. What'd you?
I don't know. I was just asking him questions.
But
I think
like,
he's being
so
about his mother or something? Like he's dead. What?
No,
he's
just
still thrashing and kicking. He's pissed. Sej.
He looked to Al's eyes and just got incensed. I don't know what happened.
Maybe he doesn't like the whole keepless thing I got going on.
I'm gonna try to beat that deception. I doubt I even can. Let me see. Oh no, I can't. I definitely can't. Never mind. What am I?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, I think I've been cheating, Adam. Because I can bamf Pebble in and out of the dimension.
Yeah, but I think
I can change her form without recasting the spell.
Yeah, it's a recast. So
Yeah, and I
yeah.
don't have the materials to continue to do that, so I've technically been cheating a little.
That's fine. I don't mind. Like, our mistake. It's for the story. But yeah, so you go and you're thinking like, it'd be nice to have a mouse, and you try to go and you're like, oh, I don't have what I need.
Yeah.
What are you missing? Just
you know
what?
I'll be like, hey, calm down, guy. Here, let me help you. And I'll go like I'm gonna go try to untie him, and I'll use that to just have a look myself.
So you like pulling his sleeve up?
Okay.
Yeah, well, like lifting his cloak to like try and get to the ropes and whatever,
Yeah,
and
so,
I'll
like,
just casually.
So as he's kind of thrashing and you kind of grab him on one arm, he's still kind of thrashing, but he's not focused on you. So it's kind of like you're able to kind of just like restrain part of his arm, and you kind of pull up his sleeve, and like you're not seeing anything, and you just kind of grab it, and you kind of, well, you're a turtle, and you kind of rip his sleeve off, and you see basically like brand marks on his bicep, kind of wrapping around, kind of traveling, and then it kind of gets lost in his back. Some of the symbols are eerily familiar.
Davis would instinctively go over and help restrain the guy just because, yeah.
These look painful. Are you okay? Like, what the heck? Is this? Did you do these yourselves? Does this mean something to you? What's with your arm?
He'll for a moment look at you and then just repeatedly, I don't feel like yelling because I don't feel like scaring the cat. He'll just yell, "They're a gift, they're a gift, they're a gift."
Oh, well, who, a gift from who?
He'll just yell from the mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what she's gifted you? You have magic powers now?
He doesn't respond. He's just still just yelling, "They're a gift. They're a gift. They're a gift."
Hey, do you know I can get some cool markings like that?
Al, if you want like brands, we can get you some. Like, oh, these. I'll shut
I
up.
like those. Look at these ones. I like how these look.
I guess Al, if you're actually looking, because you're the one that had the most detail, go ahead and, if you want, give me a. I guess it would be a. No, I mean it would be a history check because it's something that happened recently, kind of to you.
Okay. Boom. Eh.
Whap, whap.
No, okay. You recognize the couple of the symbols. That's about it. I mean, all of you recognize this one, the fish hook with the 7 fish hook.
Oh, that's included. Oh.
Can I
Yeah.
create water right above him and
Sure.
splash him to senses? Hopefully,
We're waterboarding.
Yeah, we want
like a water balloon that gets shattered right above you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
but
But it's very
but-
cold.
here's my favorite thing. I can't tell you the amount of people that try to do that with create destroy water.
Isn't it a ton of water?
It is 10 gallons of water.
Yeah,
just
it's a fuck ton of
Oh
water.
yeah,
yeah. So yes,
it's
you
like
can.
a pipe burst above.
Well, it does say up
Yeah.
to.
Oh yeah, you create up to, but most people don't ever specify.
Yeah,
so.
true.
No, I wasn't going to specify. I just-
Implied
Yeah.
maximum.
So yeah, it's just like a deluge of water takes, it says it's an action, but it really just falls for like 10 seconds, 12, 15 seconds. He's like, "Ah!" And he's like coughing as like some of the water's getting into his mouth and like,
Yeah, Rock and I
And it's
are
just like-
splashed now.
yeah.
Ew, but she
Whoa,
is-
whoa, whoa, whoa!
Now, Harley, please, calm yourself. We're not enemies at this time. Might you recall we helped you with your wounds that we were forced to inflict?
I love the honesty there.
That
that
you
we were
made us do.
forced.
You made us do this to you.
Yep, it was his fault.
We obviously don't intend to kill you here. We want what's best for Greenhill.
Anything
We
else?
just need to know about the mother that you care about so dearly. Perhaps we could be allies. Could I use, like, persuasion?
Yep. I was gonna say, go ahead. That's why I was waiting to see if you did anything else. So yeah, go ahead.
Can I sneak off, and if there's like a chair in the corner, but still in his field of view, I can just try to quietly exit the conversation,
Sure.
stay in the room,
Gotcha.
trying not to.
He did just get waterboarded.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
pretty much. My friendly Loxodon. I'm not mean at all. What do you mean?
Yeah. He
He's
will
like,
just
bring Harry the Hammer!
basically-
Bring Harry the Hammer! I'd rather have Harry the Hammer.
Harry incoming, I'll knock him out again.
We're approaching hammer time. Yes.
I feel so bad because like this is all Marb wanted to do, and now all of y'all are just basically torturing him when I could have just let Marb do it at the beginning.
Meanwhile, I'm like,
True.
these guys will be
It's
nice
true.
and handle it. And meanwhile, they're
Mhm.
drowning him.
Sure, when I want to torture someone, oh no.
He just
Rude.
basically will. At this point, he will just start like saying fuck you, mother will get to you," and he is just so worked up and so stressed out that I rolled a con save for him, and he just passes out. He
Guys,
just passes out in his chair.
I
Just
think it's best if
I'm
we
gonna
let him rest.
gracefully just get up and I'm gonna give one look back at Marb over back behind me or in the corner wherever he is in the room. And I'm just gonna give him a casual shrug. Thank you for trusting me, but I don't think it worked. All yours.
I mean, I think we let him chill for a bit.
Up to you.
Unfortunately, I
seems
can't touch him
undone.
anymore because I promised Isos. I would not hammer time him.
Istos kind of looks at some of you. He's like, maybe the hammer would have been nicer. And he's like looking around. And Al, you said you kind of slipped out, right?
Just
From what I understood.
within the same room, but
Oh,
not of the
okay.
conversation.
Yeah, and Istos just kind of turns and looks at you and
Like,
blinks
I'm
once and just kind of
I'll shrug if I see him look at me.
yeah, and then just kind of
Would Dragnar
looks
have
back.
maintained his meditation through all this?
No.
Okay.
Fuck you, fuck you,
Yeah,
fuck you.
and meanwhile he's like,
Yeah, it's just like defeat all tyrants. There is no room for injustice. Yeah, no,
Exactly.
absolutely not. No,
He just ohms a little louder.
Yeah. Guys, shut up! I'm trying to meditate.
tuning you out. No. That's I will say, just kind of for the sake of it, after when he does pass out, it does become kind of easy to check him. They do strip his shirt off, and on his back there is basically a cord of, well, like this kind of looking thing. However, some of them, I didn't have time to draw it. Every few of them do have like petals on the eyes or whatever. But it's basically a cord.
Sorry, okay, so it's around his neck. It's a
Yeah, well, no, it's not like an actual. It's like actually like part of the branding, Al. It's like in his. It's like on his back, and it's basically like a full circle of this, like in the center of his back, where the bottom one is much larger, and there's just like burnt circle on circle, and then a few of them have like lily look, not like not like actual lilies, but they just look like flower petals kind of coming from some of the eyeballs, which is kind of hard for me to freehand, but something like. Something like this. Where it very much does look like it would be like some sort of flower.
And where was this?
If that makes sense.
Where was this found?
This is like branded essentially on like the center of his back.
Oh, okay.
And it does do like a full circle.
Oh, cool.
But he's passed out. And unless if you guys have anything, I think that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
Okay.
You good, Marb?
Yeah.
I feel bad. I didn't let you torture anybody, Marb.
Well,
I was
Isos
already
did.
I do
go.
actually feel bad that we haven't let Marb torture somebody now. 100%.
Oh, I mean, we want the answers. It's all about the juicy information. I'll get my turn to stab Harley. I know I will.
Yeah, of course you will. You're Marb.
At this
You'll
point,
make
I
your
don't
turn.
think I think we're pretty much out of options. So yeah, I think so.